how to be decent at Black Ops 6 and have fun. You can't. Nah, I'm joking. You could definitely have some fun and be good at Black Ops 6. So, here's my mixture as to how I have my fun in Black Ops 6. Not all the time. But number one, you gotta turn off crossplay, bro. If you're on Xbox, you gotta turn off that crossplay. If you're on PlayStation, you gotta turn off that crossplay. If you're on PC, stay on PC. Go against people that have the same controls as you. I'm sorry. Thumbs versus your arm, it's not gonna work out. So when I turn off crossplay, and I wish I could play against Xbox players and just kind of leave PC players out, but I can't do that. So ultimately, I have to turn off crossplay so that everyone is sticking to thumbs. Not all the time do players stick to thumbs, but I think that they should come up with an icon that shows if someone is on mouse and keyboard. I had to turn off crossplay because the reflexes were just significantly greater when using a mouse and keyboard. One thing I have to say, sorry for the background noise. One thing I can say is that, you know, we might have aim assist. Yeah, we do have aim assist, but sometimes that aim assist definitely works against you. When aiming at a person, like towards their head, sometimes the aim assist tries to bring you back down towards their chest, when obviously you do more damage towards the head. Or even worse, their teammate flings past them as you're aiming at the one person, and your aim assist just goes all over the place, leaving you making it seem like you don't know how to aim, when in reality, this aim assist just messed me the fuck. Anyway, so the next thing I want to say is it's okay to be seen in this game. Just move and flee. Now, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? I'm talking about the Enforcer perk. The Enforcer Specialist, the Red Specialist. This Specialist, now when it first launched, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of whack, but they had to buff the Enforcer and make it more aggressive for people who want to rush. Now, rushing is honestly my strong suit. That's kind of how I do things. I didn't like the fact that when I would choose Ghost, I would have to just, peek around the corner and move slow, and it just didn't feel right. But with Enforcer and the perks that come with Enforcer, I'm able to basically zoom past people, keep running, put my suppressor on. Yeah, I don't have Ghost, but I have Ninja. Oh God, I think that one, you're not going to be able to mix it the way that I'm saying until you prestige and get perk greed. Now, having Ninja and having all your Enforcer perks where, the red perks on, you can turn it to a complete monster, bro. A complete monster. Like, as you can see on screen right now. I might be down a couple times, but I'm definitely giving people some heart attacks because of how I'm moving. But, I'm not the first person to say this, but I think that Enforcer is probably the best one, in my opinion. Yeah, Ghost, or the blue one. Yeah, you're able to see when someone's looking at you. And, I forgot what the other thing was, but it was very unnecessary. But moving on from the just move and flee, I'm talking about the Enforcer perk being really good. You gotta know which maps are strong for you. You have to know which maps you favor, which maps are pretty good for you. I cannot stand Nuketown now. When I was a kid, when I was 11, no, I was 12 at the time. How old was I? Yeah, I was 12. And when I was 12, 13 to 14, I loved Nuketown. It was one of my most favorite chaotic maps of all time. But now I can't stand it. They need to bring back firing range. And the new map that they brought back, Hacienda, that's a really good Black Ops 4 map. We need more maps like that in rotation. I do like Subsonic. I like Subsonic, not Lowdown. It's basically the map that's sort of like firing range in the back. I knew I was gonna forget it. Anyway, moving on. Just you have to choose the maps that are strong for you, and you won't figure out which maps are strong for you until you play through them. If you only like maybe 2 or 3, just wait until you get to those 2 or 3 maps and just go and just play those maps. But if I get a map like Lowdown or what's another one that just breaks my brain? I'm just gonna put them on screen right now just so you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, just practice those maps and choose what your favorite ones are. Next one, skill-based matchmaking is not the issue, though it exists. It definitely exists. In my personal opinion, I think that, and I said this before, the ricochet, right? The ricochet where there's sort of anti-cheat and they aren't detecting people who are actually cheating on game. Usually it's PC players that they're harder to detect because they have more ways to get around it. I think that's where the problem resides in terms of like, people making you want to tear your head off at the end of the day. I used to have a problem with skill-based matchmaking, but I was able to... Sorry, my mic messed up. But yeah, skill-based matchmaking is not the issue, though it exists. And there's definitely ways to work around it if you just kind of pay attention to the maps that they give you. It's more so the I think it was like engagement, optimization, matchmaking or something like that. EOMM. It's basically like how much you engage with the game, and it determines based on which map you're good at, how you play, and they try to match up again. They basically try to look for your weakness in a way, and if you're able to sort of plug in those holes, which is why I say choose the maps that are good for you and play on only those maps, because they're gonna try to give you Nuketown or try to give you low town all the time, or any of the maps that I put up on screen that I hate. But yeah, moving on. And this is a big one right here. Be sure to ping. Teammates react better when you ping, not when they hear your actual voice where you're just like, hey, get on B, hey, get on a point, hey, get on hard point. Like they respond better if you just kind of ping. Like don't get the pinging aggressively, but you can do it maybe like 2 or 3 times and they just react better. And I realized that when playing domination or hard point, like a lot of times, and sometimes this happened with me too, I might forget that there is an objective because I'm getting so many kills. I'm like, oh, I gotta keep going. But then if you mark the objective, which is basically you signaling that this is the sweet spot, or this is the point where we should be on it, because everyone's away from it as far as the enemy team. So because you're probably getting more kills, you're pushing them back, and they're like, come back to the point because we need you to protect it just as much as you're pushing them back. So that's a big one. Ping. You don't necessarily have to use your voice, but yeah. Lastly, now this is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Play on mute and play music. Play on mute and play music. Play you some Avenged Sevenfold. Play you some J. Cole. Play you some Skrillex if you want to. Go into dubsteps, man. Play you some, whatever music you love to listen to. Play that, and then play the game on mute. Basically, you needing to hear footsteps. Who cares? Who cares? You're here to have fun. You're not here to take it super seriously. Now, as far as you being good, I'd say, yeah, go ahead and turn the music, and turn the sound effects and all of that on. But me personally, because this is my guilty pleasure, I usually play with the sound and all that off. That's why I said pinging teammates respond better, because in most cases, a lot of teammates don't even have the sound on like that. They just don't. But that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about as far as Black Ops 6, because I've been playing this on Core, and I did not have a hang on Core because it just felt like everyone had health, like they had Juggernaut from World at War or something. But I realized that there are certain guns you have to mess with. You have to mess with your specialists, and you have to mess with your perks, and you got to see what works best for you. But if you like to rush, Enforcer is the only way. I ain't gonna say the only way, but that's definitely the specialist you need if you want to rush. You can't do it with the blue. You can, but it's gonna hinder you because of how it's set up, especially if you go against another person who has Enforcer. And then I think the green one, I forgot what it's called. That's more so LMG camping type deal. But yeah, man. Let me know in the comments what you guys think are your ways to have fun, and make sure you like, comment, as I said already, and subscribe. And I'll be back here with another video pretty soon. So peace out. Thanks for watching.